What's going on, ladies and gentlemen and ladies? I'm back. Let's go up into the loft here. I'm back. I was banned for a week. I think about a week. YouTube didn't like one of my videos. They weren't happy about it. So they banned me. They didn't like it because it doesn't go with the narrative that the coronavirus is this crazy ravaging virus that's going to get you. And because I didn't go with that narrative, they didn't like it. So they booted me for a week, gave me a strike, as usual. But we don't care. We don't care. Give us strikes. Give us this strike, that strike. Give us strikes. We don't give a crap. But yeah, I'm back. I've been putting out content. Obviously, you guys can find my show because I do obviously the audio version of my show. You can find it on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Google Podcast, Radio Public. So you used to be able to find it on Spotify, but they booted me too because it didn't go with their narrative. But yeah, folks, I'm back. And the craziness is still happening. It's crazy out there in the world. It's crazy. America's fallen, man. It really has. This country has just fallen. With censorship and COVID and dictatorship in the White House. You know, everybody called Donald Trump a dictator, man. Everybody did. But then we look at Joe Biden, and this guy's just signing executive order after executive order after executive order after executive order. And it's like, what are you doing, man? You know, you sat back and you said the Republican Party and Donald Trump, just dictators. They're just dictators in the White House. And that's what everybody said. That's what everyone said. Everyone said the same thing. And now you got Joe Biden, who is being a dictator. You're just enacting things by signing a pen, man. You're not even. It's just tough. It's a tough go, and I don't know. We've fallen, man. When I put a video up on YouTube of a guy who disagrees with the narrative that COVID is this big bad virus that's getting everybody, and YouTube takes you down and says you don't get to post for a week. You can't post anything for a week because you went against our guidelines for misinformation about health. That's messed up, man, because it's not like this guy was saying, oh, you this, that. He wasn't giving any kind of medical advice. He was just stating his opinion of what he thinks about COVID and the politics, right? He never said anything that, oh, COVID isn't contagious. Oh, COVID isn't real. He didn't say nothing like that, right? Which I think COVID's real. I just don't think it's a big bad virus. So, and he didn't say that. He was just stating his opinion, but they didn't like it. So they took me down. And this is what I'm talking about with censorship. And I talk about it in the audio part of my podcast, which, again, you guys can find me on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Google Podcast, Radio Public, maybe on Spotify if they fixed it. I've emailed them 100 times, and they don't want to get back to me. So, you know, if you guys listen to the audio that I've been doing for the last week, you know, I talk about censorship and I talk about how crazy censorship is. We don't have First Amendment rights, right? We don't have a First Amendment right in this country anymore. And pretty soon we're not going to have a Second Amendment right. And then pretty soon we're not going to have a right to vote. And pretty soon it's going to be like whoever's in office, they get to choose their successor. This is where America is headed. And people cannot believe me, right? Because everybody keeps on talking about, like, you know, oh, you know, we can unite. We can unite. What, you got BLM and Antifa running through Washington, D.C. saying they're going to burn Washington, D.C. down, right? You got nobody condemning them. You got the press secretary saying, we'll circle back. She can't even answer a question. The only time she wants to answer a question is when it's direct to the reporter, which means not that the public doesn't hear the answer to it. It's just we live in this. We live in a weird time in this country, and I don't know. You know, I can't do anything. It's like the people, it's like nobody's waking up. It's like everybody's still asleep, and nobody's waking up to really see what's going on, right? To really see what's happening in America and all over the world, really. I mean, I don't live in other countries, so I can't speak too much on that. But in America, right? What's happening in America? It's a messed up thing when the people who voted for Joe Biden didn't vote for him because of his politics, voted for him because they didn't like Donald Trump. That's scary. That's a slippery slope when you just start voting for people because you don't like the other person, right? You can not like somebody personally, but agree with their politics, right? So I might not, let's say I don't like, let's just say Joe Biden actually was going to do something good, right? Which he hasn't. He's been terrible. He hasn't even been in there a month. He's been terrible. But let's just say that he actually was going to do something good. I could agree with that, even though I don't like him as a person. You can still agree with something being passed or the politics, even if you don't agree with them personally. Just because you don't like somebody personally doesn't mean you can't agree with some of the decisions they make or actions that they take. And this is like, this is what I'm saying. All these people went out and voted for Joe Biden just because they didn't like Donald Trump personally. Didn't have anything to do with his politics. It had to do with him personally. He was orange. He had fake hair. I don't like the way he talked. His fingers are small. His hands are small. I don't like his shoe color. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, look at what they're doing right now. Look at what's happening right now in the government. They don't give a crap about the people. He ain't passing nothing for the people. They're focused on impeaching a private citizen who never incited violence. He never incited violence. But we have Democrats who incited violence all summer long with BLM and Antifa rioting and killing and destroying cities. 100%. We got Democrats who incited violence. They even bailed people out. You got Kamala Harris who bailed people out. She bailed somebody out. We live in a crazy world where if you get into a car accident, it's Donald Trump's fault, and you can just impeach private citizens. What's next? I mean, what's next in this country? Is what's next just if you're a private citizen and you show a meme on Facebook, the FBI comes and arrests you because the president or the government doesn't like the meme that you're sharing about them? We're going down a very scary road here, people. We're going down a scary road. We're going down a very slippery, icy road. And we're not gaining any traction. The fact that if you share something, you can get banned or censored, even if it's your opinion, which the First Amendment right in this country is the freedom of speech. The fact that my opinion is my opinion. I can say what I want because it's my opinion. If I think somebody's smoking crack, I can say I think that person's smoking crack, even if they're not smoking crack. Do you want to know why? Because it's my opinion. In my opinion, I think that. Okay? We don't have that no more. We don't have freedom of speech, and we don't have a lot of freedoms anymore in this country. You know, a lot of people believe we have freedoms. We don't have a lot of freedoms in this country. We don't. We don't have. Come on, people. We don't have a lot of freedoms in this country. Not anymore. Not when we got a dictator behind a desk in the White House. It's crazy to me. They're spending all these taxpayer dollars on trying to impeach Donald Trump, who's a private citizen, is no longer at any involvement with the government, instead of focusing on helping the American people or actually doing things that are going to be better for this country. But everybody's asleep, man. Everybody's asleep. Everybody's just sleeping. Like as if it's not even happening. As if these things aren't happening. We have to wake up. I could make a million videos, and I don't have a crazy following, but I could make a million videos and be like, we need to wake up, right? And nobody's going to wake up until it's the last minute, until it's too late. We, the people, I could say it a million times. We, the people in America, and as a matter of fact, in the world, hold the power over our government. Our government does not run us. We elect the officials to run in this country. We pay their salaries. They work for us. Same with the police officers. Same with the paramedics. Same with the firefighters. They work for us, not against us, and we don't work for them. I don't know when we're going to wake up, America, but we have to wake up soon, and we have to fight back. And I'm not saying fight back with violence. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is fight back. In 2022, when we have the elections in 2022, okay, we need to go out and get better officials, okay, elected. Better government officials elected who are actually going to care about the American people. We need to take back the House and take back the Senate because the Democrats aren't doing a good job. They're still focused on impeaching Donald Trump. Who are they going to impeach next? The next president who thinks he's going to run? Who hasn't even ran yet? What, are they going to impeach me? Are they going to go impeach frickin' my buddy Bob? Who are they going to impeach? Right? They can just impeach whoever they want. Do whatever they want. They're out of control. They're out of control. They need to be put back in their place. And like I said, I'm not saying fight with violence. I am not saying that we need to fight with violence. What I'm saying is we have to fight by electing the correct government officials. And I said it in the audio version of my podcast. I'm tired of the two-party system. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this two-party system. Sick of it. We don't need a two-party system anymore. But we have to wake up, America.